Hello everybody, this is Kim from DIY Dream Wedding. Welcome back to my channel. I create bespoke wedding bouquets, connect with you online to create the bouquet of your dreams. And yeah, today I thought I'd come on and show you the next part of this fan wedding bouquet, which I designed myself. So if you want to have a look back on the other videos, you'll be able to see how I started creating this. Everything's created from scratch, so you'll be able to see. So the next bit we're going to be doing on here, let me just show you these. I've done the roses and stuck them all on, and then I've also decorated the back there. So the next bit I'm going to be showing you is these bows, how to make these bows, and I'm going to be putting them on. They're just to fill up the little gaps where you can see the holes. That's what they're for. So I'm going to show you how to make those. And maybe how to do the edge of this bouquet, because what I'm thinking of doing is putting the plait along here just to cover this bit up here, just to cover up that. The ribbon I've got is a little bit thicker or wider than this one, so I'm not sure if it will work. So that's what I was thinking of doing on this video if I have time. If I only have time for the bows, I'll come back and show you how to do the plaited ribbon. Okay, so that's that. So we've got your lovely pink and blue craft foam. So I'm going to bring this over here and I'm going to show you how I made these bows on this bouquet. Okay, so what I've got here is I've got your template, which is what I've drawn out here, and this is what you draw out onto your craft foam. Okay, and then just cut that out just like this. Okay, so that's what you do, and I'll show you how I do that. It's self-explanatory really, but I'm just thinking because I need to wait for this glue gun to heat up. So while I'm waiting for it to heat up, what I'll do is I will show you how I do this in case you haven't seen before. So I don't think that'll fit in there. Well, I might just get one in there. So let's just turn that around. I'm just trying to save my material. So we turn that around and just zoom in a bit more. What we're gonna do is just draw around this template, and I can't take the sticker off, which is a little bit annoying, but we're gonna indent our foam with a wooden skewer, cocktail stick, anything pointed, and just draw around this template that's been created here. Okay, and just draw around it, just indenting the foam. This is just ordinary craft foam that I'm using. Okay, so just draw around that, and then you just basically would just cut that out. Okay, right, okay, that's what you do. So yeah, let's just have a go. So I'm going to use my small scissors and I'm going to cut this just along here. I'm going to cut this label off first because that's bugging me. So what we'll do is just cut this out like this, all the way along where we've there we go. I think you can see that I've indented that there, and we're just cutting this along the lines that we've indented, and that's how you do it. You just make a lovely template for what you're going to be making, and then everything is more or less the same when you put it onto your bouquet. Okay, so that's great. So thank you for joining me. If you've just come on to this video, thank you for coming and having a look. And thanks for all those people who have subscribed to my channel. It's great. We've actually built up a little bit of a community here, so that's nice. Yeah, if there's any questions, don't hesitate to put them into the comments below this video. Sorry, sometimes I go out of shot a bit because the camera's so close. It's just getting it in the right place. So we've got two of these now. So what I'm going to do is show you how to assemble these. Yeah, I think my glue gun's just about heating up, just about. So what we do is we take one of the ends of this template, just like this, and we're just going to glue that in there like that. Okay, so we're just going to put some glue just in the middle there and just push that down like that. Be very patient with your glue, because sometimes it takes a little bit of time for it to actually stick and hot. Sometimes you might be able to push it down. It depends how. Don't do it if you know when the glue's really hot, you might burn your fingers, but if you can wait for it to cool a bit, you might be able to push it into the glue a bit more. Okay, and then we're going to do the same with the other side. Okay, so we're just pushing those, putting those as far into the middle as we can. Okay, because what's going to happen is this bit's going to come up and we're going to have the bit in the bow in the middle. So I can do that because my glue gun's not been on for very long. Okay, and then we do the same with the other side. Okay, and like that, just pushing that in there like this, and in there like that. Just checking I'm in shot. Sorry, I keep going over to the right. I think it's just when the camera's nearer, you tend to go over to the right, and I don't know why that is. I'm not sure why that is. It's kind of, if you film before, you know what I mean, but yeah, it's getting all the technicalities right as well as showing you what to do. So okay, so if you can, sorry, I've done it again. So if you can see where I'm at, I've just put these corners in. So in case it went out of shot, what I've done, let me show you again, is I just brought these two corners down, these four corners down, this one, and these ones as well, and just stuck them in the middle. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is just bring this piece up, and stick it in the middle like this. Okay, and you can see the bow is actually forming now, and then just turn that over and then just bring that around the back like that. So all the messiness in the middle you don't see, because the middle of this bow actually hides that. Okay, so that's how that works. Okay, and that can go into your bouquet. So I'll be putting those on where the gaps are. So actually, let's have a look. I might be able to do it on here. So that's what you do. Let's just zoom out. So that's what you do for that piece of the project. Do bear with me. There's a reflection on the phone, so it's very difficult for me to see to see what I'm shooting, if you know what I mean. To see okay, so I'm just going to, was I going to put these in? I think I was going to put these in somewhere, but I'm not sure. I know I was going to put one up here, so I'll put one up here. I think what I've done is I put these a bit closer together than I thought I was going to, but there we are. So we just put that on a little bit slanted so we can get that in there. And this can be a bit tricky, because what you want to do is you want to get it so that it sticks down, but you also because this isn't a flat surface, it can be quite tricky to glue it on. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll just glue either side of the bow and do it that way. Okay, so that's that. So I think that's started to stick on there. Okay, so we just stick those down like that. So the other one might go here, but I don't know if it will fit, but we'll see if it does. So with the ribbon, what I was going to do with the ribbon is I'm going to plait it. This is a bit, like I said, this is a bit wider than the other one, so it might not work. But this is a light pink, this is a baby pink ribbon. So if I just show you here, you can see that where I got that from. So that's a baby pink ribbon, and it's from Bridal Craft. Okay, she's lovely, the lady. Well, the lady, I don't know her, but it's great pricing on there. Okay, so right, I'm going to talking about like I know her. I've got a clue. Okay, so we just move this in like this, and I'll show you how I'm actually going to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this ribbon like this, okay, onto my, just so that I can plait it. So I'm going to stick it together so I can plait that. Make sure you've got that the right way up, because you don't really want the matte. You don't want it on the matte side, unless of course you've got a nice expensive ribbon where both sides are shiny. Okay, and then you're just going to plait your ribbon basically. Just plait it. You don't have to have one colour. Sorry about that, that's kind of, hang on a second, let's turn that over. You don't have to have one colour. You can have different colours of ribbon and plait them together. You can do all sorts of things with this. So I'm just going to plait this. It's quite long, so what I'll do is I'll plait it all. So I didn't really, sometimes what I do I'll prepare beforehand, but I'll just tell you what I've been doing. I've been out for a walk. I've joined a walking group, and I go out for a walk on Wednesdays, and so I haven't really had time to prep this. So yeah, it's a local walk that we do. So I don't know if this will be long enough, to be honest, but we'll see. And you can sort of see what I'm sort of aiming at by what I showed you at the beginning of this video. So yeah, you might need a lot more on here. But if you do, and you come to the end and you're like, oh, this isn't going to do it, what you could do is just add a bit more when you stick it on. So I think that's what I might do. The art of this is trying to keep it neat, because what we're doing this for is to cover up some untidiness as well. So you don't want to defeat the object and then make this untidy as well. So you try to be careful when you stick this on onto your bouquet. So that's how you do your plaiting. So you're just bringing one ribbon over the other. I think most people know how to plait. If you've plaited hair, it's the same as that. You could do a ribbon weave, a different kind of ribbon weave. There's all sorts of ribbon weaves that you could do on your bouquet. They're all over here on YouTube and the internet, where you can do different ribbon weaves. I've done different ones for the edges of my bouquets. So yeah. So I'm going to go on right to the end of this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick it down. If you make it too long, you might have to cut it. I find that that can be a little bit difficult, because you have to replait it if you do it that way. If you measure it, it probably will be easier. But okay, so we're going to see. Really, I was only going to do a little bit. So I'm going to just put something heavy on here just to keep that in place. So I'm going to just see whether this works or not. Okay, so if I just, can you see, is that too far? Let's go back a little bit here. So what I wanted to do was do the edge of this. It's going to work actually. That will work. As you can see, that's going to work really well. That's just the right width to cover that, to cover the edge of that, so you don't see that piece in the middle. So that is just right. And I don't know whether I might take it all the way around. You could take it all the way around as well, along that piece as well. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. So you can see that's going to work. So yeah, if you can see what I mean, that does come undone if you're not careful. So I'm going to go to the end of here, and then what I'll do is I'll glue that together, and then I don't know if I'll glue it on the live or not. I don't know if I'm brave enough to glue it on or not. Okay, so it's got slightly twisted there, but that's okay. I think it's because I stopped in the middle. I don't know if we'll need all this, to be honest, so I'm gonna just go to the shortest ribbon and show you how I would actually finish that off. So what I would do is just put some glue under there like that, okay, and then put some glue under there. So it's just basically gluing your ends down so that they don't come apart, okay. And that is your plait. It's your plait there. So let's have a go. Let's so I would start at the end where you've plaited from, okay, and tuck that in, tuck the end bit in just to make it a bit more tidy, and then just glue that on. So I'm gonna, to tuck that in, what you might want to do is you might want to put the glue on like that, and then just tuck it inwards first, okay, like that. And then pick the best side that you want. It doesn't really matter really, they're both about the same. You might decide you want the more shiny side or whatever, but this is how I'm going to do it, like this, okay. And I'm going to just glue, just put some glue there, a small amount of glue, and then just stick that on to where you want that to be, okay. And then go all the way along like this, and don't pull it too tight, because if you pull it too tight it's not going to cover what you want it to cover, and you just don't want to stretch it too much. It looks prettier if you don't pull it as tight. That's my opinion on it. And don't put too much glue on because you don't want to see the glue, okay. And just stick it all the way along your bouquet. Just a little bit of glue like this, because you just want it to look. And what I might also do is just go along there and just glue it a bit closer to the edge if you're if you really want a bit more neatness there, or just maybe keep your glue a bit closer together when you're gluing it on. So occasionally maybe turn it round, turn it over so you can see the other side. You can see where that's meeting on that side, okay, and just glue that in. Just don't put a long line of glue. I think it's much better if you can just do it bit by bit rather than putting loads of glue on there. It's much easier to handle, okay. Just see if we're still recording, okay. And then just, this is the bit we really wanted to cover up along here. So like I said, if you pull that too tight, it's not going to cover up what you want it to cover up, okay. So really what you want to do is maybe stretch it out a bit so it's wider, so it covers up the edges of this, so you don't see this messiness along here, okay. So we're just going to do that like that. So we're just covering that over like that, okay, so you don't see that underneath there. Like I said, there's lots of different ways you can do this, lots of different ways. You don't have to do it this way. So you just really got your cardboard and then you're decorating it, and it makes it look so lovely. And you're just using really just really basic items, okay. These aren't really expensive items, they really aren't. So it all depends what you want to spend on your wedding really, as to what sort of things you want to do and all that sort of stuff. But I really did find doing my wedding this way was a lot cheaper than it would have been to actually buy the things. And it's just what I wanted was completely different to what was on the internet at the time. So if that's how you feel, then this might be the right place for you to stop and have a look. So yeah, okay, right, okay, so just gluing that. So all the way along, that's what you're doing. You're just gluing it all the way along like that. Okay, there's somebody outside who might deliver a parcel. There's two of them, maybe not. Okay, sorry if you can hear voices. I'm near the window. If he comes, I might have to gallop off and gallop back. Okay, so just going along there and just putting your glue on all the way along. And I'm not sure if I'm going to go all the way around or not, so I'm going to stop here, but I'm not going to cast it off until I've decided what I'm going to do here. So I think I'm going to stop there. Okay, so you can sort of see what I'm doing there. Okay, and you know, just pull it over a little bit to so you've got that lovely, and you could even put something along here. You could pull that round and put some more glue on it, make the ribbon a bit wider or whatever. So, but like I said, this is the first time I've done this design, so it's just all trial and error really. So that kind of works, doesn't it? That kind of makes it neater. You might want to do a blue piece. I haven't got any blue thin ribbons, so I just thought I'd do it with this just to show you what I'm doing, what my plans were. Okay, so yeah, so I will go away and see if I'm going to go away round. If I am, then I might come back and show you how I cast off this ribbon. Okay, so let me know what you think about this project. That's the yeah, that's all. I think that's all I'll show you on this video. And don't forget to press a like, comment below if you like what you see. And thank you so much for your support, everybody. Yeah, I'll be back soon. Okay then, bye-bye everyone. And also don't forget to subscribe. If you like these videos, just press the subscribe button and you'll get more videos just like this. Okay, bye everybody.